Televisa presenta.
We are your hosts, Alexandra Nicolae, Leonardo Vega, and Maite de Trujillo, and today we're going to see the group 60L of the bicultural program in Universidad del Valle de Mexico that is going to speak about different topics such as weather, life, culture, entertainment, sports, and cooking, that we're going to relate with the topics seen at the research methodology class with the teacher Monsu Gale, which are qualitative, quantitative, ethnography, phenomenology, between others. First things first, we're going to see what Mother Nature has this week by the weather. Let's go.
My name is Fiona and I have the pleasure of being your weather presenter today. It's 6 p.m. and we're in the state of Mexico. Right now the temperature is 23 degrees with a humidity of 27% and precipitation of 52%. The winds are going right now at 13 kilometers per hour, and all these data were collected by our climatologists. We also want to talk about with you phenomenography. What is phenomenography? Phenomenography is the way we conceive things. Right now I just talked to you that the precipitation were of 52%. So the probabilities of rain right now are of 52%. But if you go out right now and look to the sky, there is no much of clouds. There are just a few. So you could choose to believe on me and the climatologist, or make your own judge and say it's not going to rain because there is no clouds. That's phenomenography.
Hello everybody, here's the weather in Monterrey, Nuevo León, North Mexico. The sky is clear and it's windy at 10 kilometers per hour. It seems, thanks to the phenomenography, it seems that it's going to rain in the afternoon, and it seems like it's going to be a storm in the midnight because of the wind and because it is carrying out some clouds to the city. And we know this information because of the phenomenography of the zone. And we continue with other parts of the country right now. Thank you.
Hello everyone, here Rene Morales with another weather report from Baja California Sur. Today the skies are pretty clear. There is just 1% of clouds and a 0% of raining probability. The winds are blowing at approximately 30 miles per hour, and the maximum temperature that we're gonna reach today is 40 degrees and the lowest is 92 degrees. The skies are pretty clear and people can come enjoy the clear blue skies, and thanks to phenomenology, the results from that and the reports from the meteorologists are pretty accurate.
Hi, my name is Pamela, and today we will be talking about the climate in Chiapas. So the first thing that we need to know about it is that it's usually like a tropical climate, and it's like warm and humid like through the year, and temperatures of the year, like the average is like the highest of 30 Celsius and the lowest of 17.5 Celsius. So the precipitation of the climate in Chiapas, like the average of the year, is also of 893 of precipitation. And today we will talk about more about the prognostication of today in Chiapas. So it is being prognosticated that it will be like partly cloudy, and like we can see here, like it's actually partly cloudy, and that it's of 31 Celsius. So right now we can feel like the temperature, and you can see that all this information is accurate to what the prognostication was. So we can see here like the average temperature of April that was 34 Celsius, and we can learn here the relationship between feminology and the relationship between the climate. Like, we can perceive the world and we can see if the pronunciation was accurate or no. Like, we can see here that it's partly cloudy, and we can feel like the temperature. So with these things, we know that the pronunciation was accurate, and that feminology helps us to identify if the pronunciations of the climate were wrong or were right.
Today in your weather section, here we have your favorite reporter, Leonardo Suradelli, in the state of Quintana Roo with an average temperature of 31 degrees Celsius with humidity of 55%, wind of 13 kilometers per hour, and precipitation of 10%. Here we have humidity of 55%, and the climatologist said that we're going to have rain, but in phenomenography, which is what we can see and perceive, we say that it is not going to rain because there is not a single cloud here in Quintana Roo.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm sure you liked the weather. I personally think that the weather was pretty interesting. I hope you liked it. But now we're going with the live section going on nowadays. Roll.
Hello everyone! Today I'm standing in front of the Chapultepec Zoo because a tiger escaped her cage this morning.
To explain this better, we will use Edward Bono's theory of the 6 hats for brainstorming ideas. The following hats are the white hat that is facts and numbers, then there's the blue hat that is to ensure the guidelines of the hats are being followed and analyzed. Then there's the red hat that is basically feelings and intuitions. Then there's the yellow hat that is positive thoughts. Then the green hat that is creativity and possibilities. And finally, there's the black hat that is just negative judgment.
The tiger, a Siberian tiger, escaped at 10 a.m. today. The doors were found open and the lock seemed old and rusty. Footprints were found next to the pond, however there has been no sign of the tiger since this morning. We advise everyone to be really careful, since she will attack without hesitation if she feels threatened. The police is working with the zookeeper to ensure the tiger is found as soon as possible. They're both analyzing the facts and presenting their theories. Here, I bring you the zookeeper with more information.
I am the zookeeper of the feline section of the Chapultepec Zoo. So I have known this tiger for a really long time, and let me tell you that she has feelings too, and she deserves to be treated with more respect. She isn't a monster, she's just a scared animal. My intuition tells me that something happened that made her feel threatened, and I have high hopes that this will get solved rapidly, and I have been staying positive about this situation because people will learn that animals shouldn't be living in zoos with no liberty. So yeah, that's my take on this. Now we're heading to the policewoman.
Yeah, morning. Yeah, the tiger left at around 10, and we have been looking for him since. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard, but we're creating new options, new searching tactics. Our search team is out there risking their lives for this little kitty. We're moving, and we're moving fast. We're hoping we'll find him, but ma'am, let me be real with you. Doesn't seem like little kitty coming back. I'm sorry it had to be said. We're hopeful, but that animal is out there, and it ain't coming back. Yeah, we'll hope you have a good night. Don't leave your homes, and we'll keep you updated. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you very much for your participation. That will sure not be as entertaining as our next programming, entertainment.
Welcome to our unbelievable, incredible, and fresh segment of Gossip Human. Here I am with Sabrina and Ceci.
We are here reunited to show you how to use symbolic interactionism to get the best out of your gossip.
What it is? Well, this is the method that it's used to reach information. You're going to know how people react.
First tip for you to be the best gossiper is to gather information, and you do this by identifying information sources which will indicate the place, person, or object your gossip or information is from.
For the second tip, you have to get yourself into the context. You have to know what the people are thinking, you have to know what they are doing so that you can understand their actions and why they do the things they do.
The third tip is that after all, you're going to have all your information and you're going to get out your own theories and conclusions.
Now, we have with all the new brand gossips for you, Sharon. Hope these tips will help you to be the best gossiper ever. You know you love us. XOXO, Gossip Human.
Hi, my name is Sharon and I will interview RuPaul Charles from RuPaul Drag Race show about the polemic case of Sherry Pie. Hi RuPaul, how are you?
Hello. I'm great, Sharon. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, RuPaul. So tell us, who is Sherry Pie?
Sherry Pie is a contestant of my season 12 RuPaul's Drag Race.
I've been told that Sherry Pie was mentioned in the #MeToo campaign. Can you explain what happened?
Well, Sharon, what happened was a felony. A felony was made, and long story short, she catfished some person. She pretended to be someone else in order to get some videos out of this person.
Okay, I've been told that this person that is identified that he stole was Alison Cooper.
Yeah, that was it. That was the identity.
Okay. Why is your contestant not participating anymore in your show?
You see, Sharon, she actually is participating in the season. When I first started doing drag, things were different. Things were different for us. Like I built all this community. I built this platform for people like her, for people like me to get here. You know what I mean? A platform so they can see the world and the world could see them. And, well, it's very enduring for me that this is happening. So, yeah, she's no longer in the show. She's still in the show. Almost my season 12 didn't see the light of a new day because of her. But show some respect for the hard work of my other girls. She's still on the show. She just won't be participating in the final episode.
So, what made you choose her?
The three things that I look for someone to get in my show is to be unique, to have nerve and talent. And actually, she is very unique. She is very talented, as you can see in the show. She actually did very good on it. She is talented, she's unique, and she has nerve. Of course, she has nerve for the good and the bad stuff.
So, if she's that talented, why did you cut her scenes and you could hit her out?
Well, because it was a felony. Because I don't agree with it. Because I don't want my platform to be filthy with some people actions that weren't right. I want to show people that she didn't do things the way she was supposed to. She committed a crime, and there are legal parts that are taking care of it. But like all my other girls have been working hard to get this chance. So I think that it was disrespectful. It was disrespectful for me. It was disrespectful for everyone. It was disrespectful in general. But we still need to show the other participants that their work was going to be shown. So that's why she's still in the show. We and my amazing team have been cutting her out of it, the parts that we can. But we are trying to be as transparent as we can with you guys.
Okay, has anyone wrote you hate comments about you and your show or Sherry Pies?
Of course they have. Like, people will always talk, They said that indeed there's no thing as bad publicity. But this does, scratch my mark, scratch my brand, my show, and everything that I work for, and everything that I build. So yeah, we had hateful comments, and all I can say to you is please separate the work from my other girls, separate the world, separate, the thoughts on the designers that work for her, and leave her aside. Don't pay her attention. Don't pay attention to someone who is bad. Don't pay attention to someone that doesn't show love. please do show love and do show respect for the community that we stand.
Thank you so much, RuPaul. My best wishes for you and your show. Good luck.
Thank you, Sharon, and I wish that you will be as transparent as we are being with you with all this news.
Sure I will, RuPaul. Bye.
Thank you. Can I get an amen over here?
Amen.
If you're an intense millennial that knows everything about the world, you like our next section, culture.
Hi everyone, we're hoping you're having a good day. Today in this cultural news we're going to talk about ethnography. With this, we need to start explaining you what it is. So it was originated in cultural anthropology and it's a description and interpretation of a group or social or cultural system. It's a way of looking and making clear distinction between simply seeing and really looking. The purpose of ethnographic research is to describe what people in a particular place, stratum or context usually do and to explain the meanings attributed to them by the behavior carried out in common or special circumstances. It requires a prolonged study of the group through participant observation, in which the researcher is immersed in the group's daily activities and conducts individual interviews with its members. The researcher studies the meaning of behavior, language, and group interaction with a common culture. According to Joyce Boyle, there are different types to do this type of research. So the first one is procedural ethnographies that describe certain elements of social processes and can be analyzed functionally or diachronically. Then goes with the holistic or classic ethnography that focuses on total or broad groups, usually presented in groups. Then is the particularistic ethnography, that is the application of the holistic into a particular group or social unit. And then the cross-section ethnography, that studies a specific moment of the group under investigation without interactional processes and processes over time. Vane is going to explain you a lot more of this, so we go with her. Thank you so much.
Well, I am here to talk about the ethnohistoric ethnography. Well, it involves the recount of the current cultural reality as a product of historical events of the past. They are those who explore beliefs related to experience of pain in ancient Mesoamerica. Their classifications are specific. We understand it as languages, theories, and underlying. Culture represents an amorphous term since it attributes the researcher to a conformed group that serve the behavior pattern of these in their daily life. It is inferred from the words and actions of group members. We can look at what people do and say. The ethnography procedure requires a detailed description of a group or an individual that shares with another group or culture, and interpret all the meanings of social interaction of the entire group. Okay, thank you. Now we are going to go with Emmanuel.
Thank you, Vane. We refer to linguistics as the task of bringing together and describing aspects of the language, such as phonetics, which also works as a way of highlighting distinctive features. It is important to know that at the time of conducting these studies, the ethnographer needs to try to convey what is and what is not within a group or culture, but careful, because ethnography can be something very consuming for the researcher, due to the amount of information needed. Thanks. We continue with you, Eric.
Thanks for letting know. And now for hermeneutics, that is the interpretation of the public texts to have a better understanding of the situation. For a current example, we might interpret the text coming from the Bible as a way of punishment for our sins. Thus, we might interpret that as the spread of the COVID-19 virus. And now with you, Ricardo.
Thanks, Eric. So now I'm going to talk about some characteristics that conservative hermeneutics has, saying that to understand the truth of a text, it's necessary to understand the historical context that it has, for example, the gender or the language. Also, the interpreter must understand if the context is a function of a whole, although there may be differences in the interpretation of the meaning of the text. It can be resolved by appealing to certain general principles of rationality or evidence. With all this being said, we're done with the culture team, and now we're back in the studio.
Next topic, we're going to see what's going on in politics. Let's find out.
Good evening, woman and gentlewoman, and welcome to today's new section of Politics. Today we will be discussing everything about AMLO, What has he done in this quarantine? What has he not done? Is he losing points with the people? Current representative of the Morena leftist Mexican political party, AMLO, or Andrés Manuel López Obrador, will be taken into judgment in today's newscast. Find all of this out and more next. But for now, I'm your host, Stefan Torres, and let's get right into the news.
The Mexican president, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, is currently coming up with a plan for the new crisis of the coronavirus or COVID-19. And he says that Mexico is actually controlling the situation and has the virus under control. But he keeps, there's been an occurrence of people speculating that the quarantine will be prolonged. Also, AMLO has called for a new Marshall Plan for coronavirus recovery. He's trying to minimize the damage of an economic crisis that will happen after this quarantine. AMLO has made some moves, but hasn't decreed anything that could be announced to the public. AMLO warns the Mexican Central Bank over business lending. The President Andrés Manuel López Obrador said that the central bank should ensure that emergency credits granted to business will be withheld. AMLO is trying to save as much as the Mexican economy as he can, because it will result in a crisis after this quarantine is over. All countries will be affected by this economic wave, and AMLO is trying to make some moves so that Mexico is not affected by it, or at least minimize this problem. Due to the latest testimonies given by the Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador towards the current situation in Mexico and COVID-19, including his controversial morning conferences in relation to the quarantine, right now Mexico is passing through the pandemic phase 3. The Undersecretary for Prevention and Health Promotion, Hugo López-Gatell, said that the pandemic has behaved as specialists expected it to be. In recent details, a great majority of Mexicans support the work carried by Mr. López Obrador, according to a telephone survey made to 549 Mexicans from April 17 to April 21 by the pollster Buendia and Laredo, showed that a 73% of this sample gave a positive evaluation to López Obrador's efforts, making clear that it doesn't matter what problem arises in the country, even this big one showed in the last few months. AMLO continues having a great support of his people.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you have grabbed your popcorn and your snacks for our next sections. We will be presenting you, for those who like football more than they like themselves, our next section, sports.
Good morning. We are the sports team of the newscast, and today we are going to discuss an exciting topic in regards of the so awaited Ultimate Scientific Research Championship.
As you may know, next Friday at 6 p.m. UTC +4, the ultimate match between quantitative and qualitative research will have place at the Santiago Bernabéu Stadium.
Both teams have a lot of support from the fans and a lot to give to the science, but who will win?
So today we will present and discuss the forecast of the match and the players, and also a little bit of history between this rivalry in the world of science. So, what is the background that consolidated these two completely opposite teams? According to history, the science sport was first played by the Greeks, where teams such as philosophy and math were established in the world of ideas.
But eventually, people understood that with those ideas, they could explain phenomena, and so the second generation teams, physics, chemistry, and medicine, were created. The first scientists or players were also formulated.
But then, the famous player Auguste Comte came to literally change the game and created the strategy that led our second generation team to the victory, the positivism, where everything was real, useful, objective, and true.
And with this state of consciousness that established the rules of the game, metaphysical, theological, and positive. The game remained almost the same by using the scientific method until 20th century, where some players were beginning to feel a little distorted by the applications of it to the real world.
And so on, these players created the third generation and direct opponent of the second one, the social sciences, with the exact same rules, but with the innovative move of subjectiveness.
So that is how this team's rivalry was created. But who will have a better chance of winning? The objective, controllable, reliable, replicable experiments done by the players, or the team that choose to use subjects instead of objects in order to achieve a non-generalized truth?
So tricky, isn't it? So who will explain the phenomenon better? It all depends on the data thrown into each one of the players, because they all have their specialties. It also depends according to what type of public they are going to play with. The stadium, the ball, the climate, all the resources and instruments available. It isn't an easy choice, but what do you think, guys?
I don't know. I'm more inclined towards the quantitative team because they are linear with their methodology. They go after the ball and capture it directly. Every time, they never miss.
No, I beg to differ. Qualitative is so much better because its methodology allows it to score from wherever they are. They can do it at the beginning or at the end, it doesn't matter.
Well, both of you are correct, but we must first analyze and remember all of the strategies that the team has to win the experiments at first round of the science match. Oh, of course, the experiments, the first round of the science match, but not everybody knows what this is exactly about. So, can anybody explain our viewers what's an experiment?
Sure, it is when the players have a ball, or also known as variable, which must be observed and combined with other balls in order to play with both and to see the effects each one will have in the other at any time of the scoring. If the presence or absence of a certain ball will improve the strategy.
If I'm not mistaken, it also shows the magnitude of influence of the balls and determines which player should have a control over it. It's kind of like a little warm-up.
Indeed, but you are also forgetting that there are many ways to play this match, and especially the quantitative team. For example, the pre-experimental, we can't know the effect of the ball without the other one. Oh yeah, it is the ones where the player uses two positions and contrasts them. The control group, where a ball is added, and experimental group also.
Also, my personal favorite, the quasi-experimental, when balls are not selected well and comparability cannot be guaranteed.
That's a good one, but how can you be forgetting the longitudinal, where the players follow up and see how balls interact over a period of time, and transversal, where the players make a cut at a moment and see what has happened and why.
Sorry guys, but I prefer the risky business, such as the exploratory one with no literature, where we don't know what will happen on the field, and there's a lot of doubt and uncertainty. For me, it's actually quite the opposite. I love the idea of the descriptive one. It describes phenomenon and the characteristics, and also the correlational one, where a relation between two balls is found. Something like, when X happens, Y appears.
Hey, don't forget the legendary explanatory one, where players explain the values of X through Y.
That's true, but most importantly, wasn't it according to the new rules of the Science Research Federation League possible to combine playing with the strategies or designs?
Oh yeah, now that is possible. Wow, then what would mean that they have at least 16 different ways in which the design can be done. Well then, an interesting season it will absolutely be. I am so excited to see it, and I know you guys are too. Which team will be the ultimate champion? Well, that was everything from us. Thank you for watching us, and may the best team win.
And we're back. Well, I never really understood sports, but I guess some people like them. Anyways, For our next and last section, let's go with Chef Opereza, who in today's program will teach us an easy at-home recipe of phenomenology. Take it away, Chef.
Well, hi there, welcome back to my kitchen. I'm Chef Opereza, and today we're gonna prepare the perfect recipe of phenomenology. So, the ingredients that we're gonna need are phenomenon experiences, 2 pinches of knowledge and abilities based on phenomenon, and 300 grams of phenomenon perception. So first we're gonna poke some phenomenon experiences. So now we're gonna add some knowledge and abilities based on phenomenon. And now, remember that phenomenologists always ask which are the critical points on the ways of experiencing the world that allow people to handle them more or less efficiently. Remember that you can buy all of these ingredients in your closest personal interviews. Now we're gonna pour the mixture into the pan. Now we're gonna add the phenomenon perception. And now we're gonna start to stir the pan. So now we're ready for serving. Remember, you can always enrich your plate with some subjective experience. And it's done. I hope you liked it, and remember to stay home.
Thank you, Katia. I forgot how much I hated cooking. Anyways, we come to the end of today's programming. Thanks for tuning in to your favorite news program. Don't forget to follow us on our socials, and be sure to come back tomorrow for more up-to-date, interesting news. With that, we say goodbye. Bye!